boom, boom, boom. Gonna shoot you right down off of your feet. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang.
All right, let's go. We're going to start this off with an old favorite. I always liked that one. How's everyone doing? We're going to start off a new series, a weekly series. We'll call it for now the TITANX Burn, the weekly stream. We may change that up, get a little new branding going. We'll have some new guests on every week. We'll have a new host every week. For this first week, I'll be the host. I am the real genuine Mo. How is everyone doing? We got Smooth and Crypto here, the creator of Flare, and we also got the Dude, the creator of Helios, Element 280, Uranus, co-creator of Stacks, and I'm sure he's going to correct me. He's also co-creator of another couple things that are coming out, but there's too much stuff. There's too much stuff for me to remember. That's how bullish I am. All right. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, I'll take that intro.
Say that again.
I said I'll take that intro. And just FYI for anybody watching, I'm not at my desk right now, so I'm just going to do audio only while starting off.
He's in a giant smoke cloud. Do with that what you will. Smooth, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. It's a blessing to be on the first stream, the first Burn weekly stream. So we're creating history as we speak, you know? So it's good vibes. Every time Mo gets on stream, it's always a good time. So I'm glad you're kicking it off too.
I appreciate you, man. I was on a Spaces yesterday with Cryptographics. He was talking about his Taurus protocol, and we kind of mentioned like it really does feel like this sort of bottoming period. Not necessarily like like the price and all that, but like the sentiment. Like it feels like we're just priming to bounce up right now. And every wave starts at the bottom. So what better time to start a weekly stream and get this thing going right back to where we were a couple months ago than right now at this point where we are. So
Yep.
I appreciate you guys for being on. I think possibly James is going to come on later. But what are you excited about right now? Because we've arrested the fall, so to speak, and we're definitely at the whims of the market. So, you know, who knows what ETH is going to do from day to day, from week to week, whatever Vitalik is going to do. He's going to let that foundation just burn away.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I feel good right now. I don't know about you. I feel like we're just priming to come off the bottom right now.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. I think these past couple weeks, we're just really finding a good spot to just level at, right? It seems like the past few weeks have been nothing but just the craziest times, ups and the downs. They have been really quick, and we're susceptible to it as well. And plays are happening, and you know, there's a lot of stuff in the background being worked on as we speak. So I'm really excited where we are. I think it's a good spot to try to create some momentum in the creators and the ecosystem and stuff like that. And it does really feel like with any amount of excitement, this thing is going to get kicked off. So I'm happy to add to it.
I mean, I don't know about you, but the Pulse Chain news recently feels like it's just priming the entire market. I don't know about you. I don't know how much you're in Pulse Chain, but I know a lot of TITANX is.
Yeah, I'm in both.
Okay. So yeah. I don't know about you, but do you have that feeling like it's just
100%?
Everything's lining up right now.
Yeah, it's a part of some, market maker, Illuminati, whatever. Just like they're like, hey, exactly the opposite we're going to happen this time, and we're just going to hold it, and then just set it free. And they're just waiting.
Yeah, for me, I mean, right now I'd say my attention is Primarily on Uranus. Like I just got off an X Space with a base influencer. And man, the community just loved it. Like uh, everything I was talking about, lots of engagement, lots of people, and then other people that were talking on that space as well were interacting with what we were doing as well. So like it yeah, I'm really excited about that. Like continuing to build out that LP web, but yeah, there's for TITANX, like there's so much more going on in the background. I think the community, it's hard for them to stay bullish when they don't see what we see as builders. Because I talk to other builders in DMs, and like I think I have a better idea of what's going on than the average person. But there's a lot of I don't want to call it like NDAs, just like yeah, I can't spoil any of what's going on in the background, but I do know, and I can say that lots of builders are still building. Nobody in this space has gone away and disappeared. Like they're all building. They're all doing these things, and that's what's very bullish to me. And like what I'm specifically doing, I'm super bullish on too. Like every call, every time I get off the call with the team, I'm like, fuck yeah, this is going to be so fucking good. And base is not even going to know what hit them. And X28, it's primed. Like it's not if, it's when, really, for me.
Let me give an analogy, kind of to what you said. I've heard this many, many times. I'm a huge fan of history, huge fan of military history. I read so many war books, I can't even begin to tell you how many there are. And there's this theme that happens to the lowest grunt, the guy who's in the tank, the guy who's behind the rifle. He has no idea what's fucking going on in terms of why are we specifically in this place, in this town? Why is this fight happening? But the platoon leader, the company commander, the battalion commander, he's privy to all the battle plans of why we're in this town. Look, we're here because this other, unit's going to move over here, and this is going to allow us to push forward and move through this gap. So kind of what you're saying is you're behind the scenes with the other planners, the other builders. And these guys are like the generals. These guys are the platoon commanders that know where we're going, that know the future plans, that know the general direction that we're pushing towards. And, the general investor at the front that sort of buys and holds and just watches the stream here and there has no idea necessarily other than things are coming and that sort of, always mindset. They don't really understand what that actually means. And so, like I said, you are.
That's a really good analogy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and just to be clear, we're not like trying to create this super secret society that's running TITANX or anything. This is just naturally happening from collaborations, from builders reaching out to other builders and saying, I like what you're doing. Is there room for us to, expand and build together? Just like Stacks. Utah like loved E280, had an idea, came to me and was like, hey, like I've got a great way to expand on this idea. And I was like, yes, I love it too. We got together, we built Stacks. And it's awesome. And like that's what's happening in the background is builders continuously reaching out to others, and just getting in line. We're not stepping on anybody's toes. Like we're making sure we're launching when nobody else is launching. Like all that stuff is what it's not like there were some secret society that we're manipulating and planning. It's just happening naturally from what I've seen. So.
But it's sort of like I don't know. It'd be like asking why two businesses aren't doing their negotiations in public. Well, that's not what that's not how you don't build things in public so someone else can steal your idea before you finish it. You do it in private, and then when it's ready, you let the whole world know. But you certainly don't project your business plans before you've even executed them. So maybe that answers some of those questions of like why is this in the background? Well, I mean, like I said, you don't want to give out your business plans and have your competitor take them. You know. So, like you were saying, it's not a secret society. It's just, you know, look, it's part of the process of building, if and collaboration. You're not going to put that, you know, out in the main channels until it's ready to go there.
Yeah, and a lot of people and what they're working on for the most part is, you know, a new way of doing things or a whole new idea. So kind of you don't want to go too early with what the idea is because crypto moves so fast that it could just be immediately stolen basically. Like it happens very very quick. So you know, people are working really hard on these ideas, and you know, it's cool to see what the future is going to be like.
Yeah, 100%. I was typing there, and then all of a sudden I hit a hot key, and it changed my whole thing around. I was like, what just happened? Good Lord, don't have me type while I'm on the
The
screen.
shuffle.
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad it wasn't just that, and it didn't like boot me out or rug me or something. Well, dude, can you talk about since you were in that spaces with base, you know, to that extent, you know, part of TITANX's future, and it has lots of paths going forward, and it's all going towards the same end. But one of these branches is on to base. Can you talk about, you know, a little bit about what that space was like? How many people are there? You know, how many people are in base to begin with? What that space is like?
Yeah, I think there were like 200 or 300 people listening live. The post
Damn.
got several thousand views. Man, don't get me lying. I want to say it was like 20,000 views. But it was very inviting, and like I said, like with Uranus, like other builders were like, "Hey, like we'd love to partner with you." Like we were building instant partnerships and collaborations with other people that were like, "Yeah, like pair with us. Like we want to be a part of this." Um, and we're just developing contacts and other people that are like, you know, like we've got a contact now with a base influencer. Like they're all in on base. Everything they do revolves around that chain. And now, like if we want to have updates or anything, like we have a contact that we can go to reach the base crowd. So it was very inviting and uplifting, knowing how easy it was to get there. And we're only going to continue to expand on that and build more relationships with these base influencers. So yeah, I think it was really good. Like it was solid. Like I said, with Uranus specifically, you know, I only had 10 minutes to talk, but Uranus came up several times with other people talking. Like they kept bringing us back up, you know, like it was very bullish for me. So
That's awesome. It's really good to hear because a lot of people don't have exposure to base. You know, it's another chain. So it's really good for people to understand what an opportunity that is. And as we start rolling out more and more projects and protocols on base, what that could possibly do, especially if one of them even just barely catches on. You know, I don't even want to, you know, talk about shooting for the moon. I just want to say, what if just one protocol captures just a small portion of those people on base? What would that be like? And then you can let your mind go on what it would do if we do even more than a small portion. So it's such a tremendous opportunity that I don't think, as crazy as it is to say, I don't think we're talking about it enough, at least to let people understand what it is and what we're really trying to do. Like we're not trying to get TITANX people to go onto base and to buy this stuff. I mean, by all means, do it for sure. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to attract a brand new user base that is very deep and very experienced at meme coins. This is their game, and so you just gave them, you know, literally one of the things that they play with, and now they're catching on. So it's really exciting to see this play out. You know, we're just in the beginning days of this, so I appreciate you.
yeah, that's definitely my strategy, and I think it is working. Like like getting people into your project without having to know what X28 is, without complicating things. Like Uranus is a meme coin with utilities built into it, and attracting people to that without having to complicate it with X28. Like we're just
No, lost you,
Yeah, dude, you cut out.
dude. Come back.
Yeah, and hopefully it comes back. But Uranus, fun fact, had about 30-ish, I think it was 35-ish% of people from base that just used straight Ethereum. They didn't even use X28 at
Nice.
all, and that's just very bullish and kind of indicative on how the base blockchain really is, and the users on that chain. They're ready for some fair launch, good tokenomics, audited code. Like it's gonna happen. There's gonna be fatigue, in my opinion, on the rugging, the meme coin. Like they love meme coins, but let's do it fair launch. Incoming James.
Dude is out. James is in.
Hey
Tag team.
guys, what's going on? I just
was seamless.
I just landed in a new country. The time zone's only 1 hour different, which is nice. But I've got to set up my lighting because it looks like it's a little bit too. It doesn't look like it's too good. I'm sitting here in a hotel room, so let me just fix my lighting and I'll be right back in. I was just on a 2 hour space with the dude, and we're talking about Uranus, and there's like 12 other protocol founders on there. At least 6 of them made Uranus jokes. It was freaking hilarious.
That's
So,
a successful spaces.
It's very successful spaces. It's supposed to go 2 hours. Apparently, it went 2.5 hours. I'm going to fix my lighting. I'll be right back. Okay.
Hey, Erwin, get in my DMs. I'll send you a new link.
Can you guys hear me?
No.
I think I rugged myself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I
you,
can hear
you got rugged
Can you-
as you were
can you-
talking about how. Hang on, James. You got rugged when you talked about the fact that base doesn't need to know about the complexity of the X28 pairing.
Yeah.
Right. Like that's my whole strategy here, and I think it's working quite nicely. Is developing something that attracts users on its own, and then once they get into it, in this case, once they get into Uranus, then they can start diving more into, oh, what is this X28 pair? What is that? What is TITANX? And then they can go,
Oh no.
Did we lose him?
This guy
I think he's having trouble with
he's
the Starlink. It could be with the Starlink.
so I think the problem is he is getting flagged as a whistleblower, and so he's getting rugged. They're like, nope, can't let him say it. This is
Whistleblower.
something important. Don't let him talk.
Hey, then let
audio.
me say one thing until he comes back. So there's like a DEX on there. It's like 9 or something, but it's not the 9 over on Pulse Chain, but it's like some kind of DEX. So they made like a reverse joke. They'd say, we'd like Uranus to enter our DEX.
You should definitely get Uranus on 9mm. You should definitely do that.
I mean, is that the correct one on base? Because I know about a 9mm on Pulse.
So it started on Pulse. They now have 9mm decks on base also.
Well, there it is. Well, they've already invited us
started
in.
that,
They've already invited us in. And
They started
when
that
we
6,
told them we
7
have
months ago.
124 billion Uranus, and we are ready, and we know we love bonded liquidity and liquidity webs, and we didn't get to tell them that we're bringing 4 other omni-chain tokens over. We went past our 10 minutes. We were supposed to keep it at 10 minutes. They cut dude off at 12 minutes before he could finish everything. But
It was the bullish spaces.
I would have
They're
believed
on-
that they cut you off at 12 minutes, not
No, because I decided only to start it off with. I started off with 90 seconds. So introduction, blah, 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 blah. And then the dude took it away. He did a fantastic job. He just didn't have a timer set. Like I always set a timer. And unfortunately, our guest, he asked every other project So what are you doing next? But for us, he didn't ask because we got cut off. But it's okay because what he did was in the streamer chat. Sorry, I'm getting excited. In the streamer chat, I said, "Hey, I'm coming over." Right when I said I'm coming over, the guy Brett Elnun said, "So Uranus, would you like to come up and say some motivational words?" I'm like, "Oh my God, yes, I would love to." So when I got on, the first thing I said was, "Did you call me up because I've been tweeting so much? Been hitting likes and bookmarks and tweeting so much in the stream? Because I do have something to say. I don't know most of the founders here, but some of them know me because they've already connected with me. I've connected with each of them so far, and I can't wait to speak to them in person about collaboration on base." So he liked that, and it's the truth. I
That's
mean,
awesome.
we're obviously going to do that.
Yep.
That's right before you came on. We were sort of extolling the all the opportunities and the and how awesome it is on base and what it could mean for us.
Sure.
So we're very, very excited about that.
Oh, bullish on base.
I want to throw a bullish on Blaze, bullish on base. Let's throw a little curveball. Smooth. It's not much of a curveball, but talk to me about Flare.
Yeah, so we got the second audit back a little bit ago. And have been testing it really ever since, just making sure everything's all good. Just finding the right date to release it. It's been going really great. And Flare is going to be OFT, so it's going to be across all Omni-chain wherever X28 goes. Flare will be going as well, which is amazing. So everything's starting on the ETH Flare protocol that's the only existing Flare to be made anywhere on any blockchain. So pretty excited about it. And hopefully with, different applications in the future for base, and at the very least, we could start setting up liquidity pools on base. So really happy about it, and looking forward to releasing it. I mean, it's been a long time in the making, but I'm just as bullish as ever, really.
Awesome. Mello wants to fight you.
I do not want any smoke, Mello.
I think you can take him. Let's fucking go. I got my money on Smooth and Crypto.
Gonna
Watching
have to
Mello's
try
like
really hard.
He's this 6'8" beast in real life. You have no idea. He's just listening to Crypto while he's just fucking pumping iron.
Right.
You're like, oops, sorry about that.
My bad.
And Patty, do I ever think about Uranus at night while I'm lying in bed?
Sometimes.
I mean, you know what I think about in bed, Patty? That's between me and that subject.
Me and who's ever in bed with me, or who I'm thinking about, who I wish was in bed with me.
Oh man! All right, that's awesome. James, give me something in the future that you have either barely talked about or haven't talked about. Just a little something. Just give me a little something.
Okay. All right. So I don't think enough has been talked about the 4 Omni-chain tokens that are coming, right? Second audit. Who knows how long this second audit's going to take? Is it going to take 3 days? Is it going to take 11 days? Who knows? Because it's 4 protocols, right? When they come over, there's going to be a lot more of the bonded liquidity stuff. But what we have not been talking about is the 6-pack of founders. There's like a 6-pack of founders that have come together. We are building something on base that will absolutely blow minds. It is not a token, right? It is something that is going to help everyone inside and outside of the TITANX ecosystem. The Titan 6-pack. I've been thinking about a group name. In fact, I meant to ask the group. We spoke earlier. I feel like we need a group name. Like there's 6 of us. We gotta have a name. We gotta have something to call ourselves, like a gang. So we're not going to drop any alpha about that one. But we will say that is going to flip the script. It is going to change life as you know it.
Call yourself the TITANX 6-pack.
I think that might actually stick.
Sounds really good.
I think that's gonna stick.
I'll drink to that. Yeah.
You'll drink and smoke to just about anything if I know you.
Oh my god, too much, dude. By the way, get a new avatar next time, bro. Come on.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
happened? You can't get on. Can't get your picture on.
I normally am on my computer, but I'm on my phone right now just because it was like this was a
They have
last
cameras
minute
on phones.
thing.
They have cameras on phones now.
I do, but I don't. I'm not at my desk, my studio, so
You don't
you
have any
know.
kind of. I don't have any clothes on, so I'm just gonna keep it like this. I got you. I got you.
I
No
gotta
more
have the
questions.
perfect lighting that's shining off, to make my hair glow just that perfect way. Like
You do have that angelic look to you. I've said it many times, and not in the lustful way.
yeah. So I don't want to ruin that image that people have. So that's why I'm going audio only. And
What if you?
I was gonna change up my avatar, but I didn't have any images on my phone ready to load on there, and it was like as we were launching, going live. So next time I'll have a better setup.
I was gonna say,
All good.
dude's actually in India and he can't get the video to work, so
Oh, he's
he's
in
on audio
India.
only
He's
right now.
traveling. He's taking a quick flight from the motherland over to India.
Oh my god. Mello's about to fight me now. Holy shit. All right. Well, Mello's had 10 energy drinks. I don't want to have any. I don't want to
Apparently
have anything
so.
to do with
Apparently
that.
so.
Good
That's
lord.
funny.
Okay. Well, what do you think is going to happen with the markets in general? Let's just, since you guys are founders, you can't talk about price action with your own shit. Let's just say that for right now, overall, general market wide, what do you think is going to happen this year as this year plays out now? We finally got the Richard Hart case tossed, along with every other case just about that they have. They've tossed almost all of them. I think there's like 3 or 4 left. I think, and a lot of people think, that that stems to what's coming this year, and we're going to actually have a hell of a run. I saw in the comments someone thought that that was only bullish on for Pulse Chain, the Richard Hart dismissal, and I would argue that it's bullish for everyone. And if half the TITANX system is in Pulse Chain, then that's bullish for all of us. Because if people start making a lot of money on Pulse Chain, and I'll tell you what I do when I make a lot of money on something. I buy lows in some of the other things, and I DCA more in other things that I have conviction in. So you can see lots of rotations coming in. But what do you guys think? Crypto wide, market wide. How do you think this year is going to play out? Do you think the tariffs are going to ruin us, and it's just going to be a Sunday, bloody Sunday for the whole fucking year, and it's just, wah, all year long, we cry all year, we piss and moan? Or is this going to play out like a cycle and do kind of exactly what we think?
I'll jump in and just say I think it's gonna go up and it's gonna go down. Like I don't think any of it really changes. Like my long-term mindset is crypto is the future. I have absolute conviction for that. Like what Trump's doing, like I think there's lots of hype. Like the Bitcoin strategic reserve that they're talking about. Like I think it's in a hype situation right now. These announcements are great, but realistically, I don't see the US like buying Bitcoin next week. Like this is, how slow the democracy works. Like so my opinion is like we're in a little small hype cycle. These are all bullish news, but like I don't think any of it's actually going to get enacted tomorrow. Like this is still many months long process. So I think the hype's going to die down. The market might dip with it, but then it'll come back later. But zoom it out like over the next year, I think it's very bullish. All of the SEC news dropping all their cases, like all of it's very bullish to me. But short term, I still think there's going to be lots of up and down volatility.
Awesome. How about you, Smooth?
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much agree with what dude just said. And I think overall there's been a ton of just, people scattering to find like the next best thing, the next rip, whatever the case may be. And I think there will be a little fatigue off that. And I think like good solid projects are going to win later on this year, in my opinion. I think the market's going to rotate out of like crazy meme stuff into maybe more utility meme stuff. You know what I mean? Like some solid projects. So I think it's going to be a big, hopefully positive narrative by the end of the year on we're actually rewarding like really, really good crypto and good communities and stuff.
Awesome. James.
Sure. So I'd like to say for once in my life, I was right. And it's just crystal ball. It was, people say, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't have a crystal ball. Maybe it was just a lucky guess. But while a lot of people were saying, ETH to 5,000, ETH to 10,000, I said, slow down a little bit. We have so many of these L2s out here. And I had people argue against me who are much smarter than me. There's so many L2s out here. There's so many, there's so much money moving around. There's still a lot of volume in ETH, but it's not as exciting as it was. In 2021, ETH was the thing. That's what it was. And it just, people kept buying and buying and buying and using it and buying these, millions of dollars of NFTs. And there was unbelievable volume, insane volume, probably too much volume. So instead of the ETH to 5,000, ETH to 10,000 group, I was more in I think we're probably going to stay steady for a year. I don't, even with these, the ETFs have to really take off. The ETH ETFs have to really take off. Now, what happened, I didn't expect a decline like that. I certainly did not call that one. But I think just like the smooth end dude, I feel like they've given very safe visions of the future. I think that there is going to be slow growth. I think there's going to be slow and steady growth. I don't think we're going to see like like these typical 4-year cycles. You got, October is this and April is this, and it's the 4-year cycle and everything is going to happen in 2026. I think those days are over. I think the world has changed quite a bit. There's a lot more people in crypto now. There are 1,000 times more different types of products in crypto now. So it's very, very, very hard to, for everything to just go amazing bull market, everything triples and goes by 10x. I think we're going to have steady growth over the next 1 to 3 years. Good growth, solid growth. And I think some very quality projects are going to come out. Some of them I hope I'm involved in. So there we are.
That's a good point Spoon makes. I wonder what the price of ETH would be right now if 1.2 billion or whatever wasn't dumped by the North Korean hackers that stole it out of
I don't believe it was all dumped.
I believe most of it was. Last I saw, over $1 billion had been washed out already.
Oh, had it been? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. So
yeah,
that's
facts.
That'll put a damper on the ETH price. But like everyone in the comments has been kind of talking about, a lot of people feel like manipulation is just rampant right now going in the markets.
Yeah.
And to what you were saying, how many cycles are going to play out exactly like a cycle before everyone starts to come in and make money off that, which disrupts the whole cycle. So very all good points.
Yeah.
Dude is back. We're gonna wrap it up. So I'm glad he's back. So yeah, those are all interesting points. It'll be interesting to see. Do we all feel the same way next week? So be interesting if you guys are all available next week, or whoever else is on next week, to see what the sentiment is next week. It'd be also interesting just to see that shift as we go on through the year.
Yep.
But guys, this was an awesome first stream. I appreciate y'all for coming on. I don't really have any closing words for y'all. This was just awesome, and I'm glad we're doing it again. So I appreciate y'all. But closing arguments, closing wrap up. Any last thoughts? Show your shit. Smooth. Why don't you start sending us out?
Yeah, so Flare.win. Flare is coming somewhat soon, I hope. And at the end of the day, I love being in this community. This ecosystem that we're slowly building and cultivating is going to change crypto for the better. And I think we're right where we need to be crypto wise and cycle wise and investment wise, right? Like just crypto in general is awesome. And it's going to be a lifelong goal and journey to be, going through this. So I appreciate coming on and being part of history with the first Burn Weekly stream. It's great.
Appreciate you, sir. James.
Yeah, I'd like to echo some of those same thoughts. I mean, the Mo, you've been here since the very, very, very beginning. You've come a long way with the dog in the back seat, a long way in the dog in the back seat. So, I mean, you're advising projects. You are bringing people together. You are leading KOLs and streamers. You're setting the stage. We're not expecting someone like let's look. So Jake obviously started this, right? Jake, pat on the back, genius, well done. We don't want you to run the whole thing. If you were in here as a dictator telling people what to do, that would be insane. That would totally be not your style at all. So it feels like you want others to step up. And guess what? The Mo has stepped up. Everyone on the stream has stepped up. All the KOLs have stepped up. The new founders have stepped up. And we're going to continue to step up. So that's where I'd like to end it off with.
Nice.
Love it. Dude, is your audio back?
Yeah, I think I'm here. Yeah, all of that. And I want to remind people that nothing has changed. The fundamentals are there. Like, build on TITANX, the bonded liquidity, everything, all these, group of decentralized builders that are doing their own things. Like, this is really healthy for TITANX ecosystem. And being on base is just the beginning. Like, we've got lots coming in, in the background. Lots is being done on base. So even though it didn't seem like much to you, just like it's happening. This is happening, and this next protocol that it's going to be a banger for sure. Like, I have zero concerns on my end. Obviously, I'm a builder and I am building, but that's all I can say for the average user is nothing has changed, and builders are still building. So we'll be here. So I'm looking forward to 2025.
Awesome. I love it. Well, guys, we'll
Well
see you
said.
next week. Not sure who the host is going to be. We'll figure it out. But it'll be someone different, and we'll have a new set of faces, hopefully. So, appreciate you guys all for coming on. Allie's now in the comments as we're now leaving. Allie.
Allie, the only guy in TITANX with the same birthday as mine that I know of. So, yeah, we both have the same birthday.
That's awesome. All right, guys. Appreciate you all for coming. Have a great week. See you next time.
See you next week.
See ya.
Hang on, let me change that outro.
See you guys.
And the outro is coming to town.
I'm surprised we're still pulled up. Usually it pulls us off on the outro. And it's still recording. It didn't do that.
Oh,
at
the
all.
outro isn't. I mean, I haven't seen the outro.
That didn't work. Had a little glitch there. We're still going. All right. Let me end this again. Sorry, guys. Peace out.
StreamYard is unbelievable.